All right, we're on the right track with Brad, and today we got the one and only Marshfield native, geoguesser enthusiast, Paul Padden.
Actually, I haven't played GeoGuessr in a hot minute.
But you're good at it.
Yeah, so I'm Paul. I grew up in Marshfield, Massachusetts. I'm a senior here at Western Kentucky University, and I've known Brad, I think since I was 18. Met him at a Celtics game, and I'm almost positive I saw you. That kid had gotta have.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think I just looked at this one random kid it's like that kid looks cool, and then I meet him 3 years later.
Yeah. So we know each other for 2 years, I think.
Yeah. It's 3 years after the Celtics game is when I met you.
Okay, yeah. So however long the Celtics game was, I went to a Spurs Celtics game in Boston, and you don't have to know much about NBA to understand this, but the Spurs are in the Western Conference and the Celtics are in the East, so they only play each other once in their home arenas. So we were talking, and Paul said that he went to a Celtics game against the Spurs in 2019, and I was like, wait, I think I went to a game during that year too, over spring break. And was it spring break for you too?
No, it wasn't.
Because it didn't matter because you lived in the area anyway.
Yeah, well, we had February and April vacations.
Oh, okay. Well, for me it was spring break, and that's why I was able to go. But you live in the area, which is
why
I assume you can just go because you're from Boston. So
I just got on the subway and went up.
Yeah, that'd be the same thing for me, just going to a Bulls game. But so then we were talking about it, and we're like, dude, I think we went to the same game because. Again, they only play each other once a year in the TD Garden, the Boston Celtics arena.
Yeah, and they were giving those Gordon Hayward posters and everything.
Yeah, because he was on the
That's
team,
when I think I saw you, was when I got my poster. I saw you walking by with your dad.
Which is really funny because my hair was way shorter.
Yeah, I know, but I've seen you I've seen your Instagram. I know what you looked like back then.
Yeah. So it was just funny. We just kind of joke around that we actually saw each other, or even randomly interacted. That'd be crazy if we actually talked and we didn't know about it.
Yeah.
But so we were in the same room for the first time during that game in 2019, and then 3 years later, because it was 2022, we met at the BCM, the campus ministry. So that's just always funny because it's that's crazy. And that was your 18th birthday.
My 18th birthday party.
18.
It was on my birthday.
That was your actual birthday. Yeah. So. What was it, 24th? March 24th. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
That's so cool.
Usually the most stressful day of the year now that I'm in college. And growing up in school, it would always have standardized testing that day, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then now I have, all my midterms for spring semester then.
Wait, but standardized testing for high school you're talking?
No, for, growing up. we had this thing called the MCAS, which people like to joke was the Massachusetts Child Abuse System.
Okay.
It was just, our standardized test we had to take every... It was, about the same... It felt like I was taking an SAT exam.
Yeah,
it literally didn't matter until your sophomore year of high school. But I mean, your parents kind of just want you to do good on it because before high school, I mean, doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
technically, but
it's just one of those tests that's just annoying to take when you're younger, but when you look back,
and it's
it didn't matter.
super. And it's you're always in this super dark room, and you're not allowed to talk to other people during it.
Yeah, they make it they hype it up to be really serious.
I know.
But yeah. Was there anything else you were going to say about your background, or just so people kind of know?
So I came to Western Kentucky in January of 2021, and then ended up being saved by God around that same time, which is wild.
That's cool.
As soon as I came here, I was I knew something needed to change, and then the Lord provided, so that was amazing. And then have all these friends here at the BCM, and have you especially, and it's been only a journey up since then.
Yeah.
But
that's cool that you get to be on this too, because kind of talk about that too.
Yeah.
But you were at a different college before.
Yeah, I was.
And that was is that 1 year?
It was 1 year, and then I was online during the fall, but I mean, it never really worked out. And also when I came here, I ended up switching my program completely, so I had to basically start my degree from scratch.
Oh, yeah.
So still got some more time here, which is nice.
Yeah.
But it will be nice to graduate too.
Also, I just realized that there's there's new furniture every time I'm in this room. Yeah, every time I've been in this room.
It's not that they've bought it. It's a lot. Well, they did buy this recently, but a lot of time people just move stuff around.
Yeah, but like I don't know. It's just weird. I feel like this is brand new. Like this is.
Oh yeah, I know.
And then, not everyone can see it, but like there's a chair in here too.
Yeah.
I've done it at different angles too, but like if you look at the different videos of the podcast, I think like every single time it's been either a different chair or couch or a different angle in this room. And it's just weird.
Dude, I remember one time it was like during finals week we had we basically had like a TV on that table and had like a whole like it was basically like a living room in here.
On which table?
We used that table and had it up against that wall. We were playing games like my PC and everything.
Oh yeah.
On it.
When was this?
It was like finals week of I think it was like the first winter you were getting involved here.
Oh yeah.
Or yeah, it was finals week of 2021 winter, and then I think we brought back in the spring, but yeah, it was wild. I miss those days.
I like it when we would be in the fireside room and we'd play.
Oh,
games.
we had like the fort too.
Yeah, we make the fort.
That was like one of the first. That was like one of the first things you went to here, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think the first thing I was here for when I came to BCM was it was pancake night, and we watched Remember the Titans. That was a good movie. Like that was my first time watching that movie. I was like, that's like.
That was good. Yeah, it was my first time too.
Oh, it was.
Haven't watched it again since then, but.
Yeah, I know.
It was good.
Yeah, it was a solid one. So over the summer you did. It wasn't an internship.
It was it was with the church they assigned me to, but I did a program called Jensen, which is where you'll pick a city in the United States, or really just anywhere in North America.
Yeah.
And then they'll send you to a church in that city that you'll intern at. So I was interning at a church.
So you didn't get paid to do it?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
But they gave me PEX cards that were more than the cost.
What is that?
So I sort of got paid, but it was just these cards that they gave us like for budgeting and like to cover all of our expenses. Like gas, food, and parking, and basically everything. And we can even buy whatever we can even buy personal stuff if we wanted to. Just wasn't always the wisest.
It's just like a debit card.
Yeah, it was basically set balance. But that wasn't obviously the reason I did it. I did it because I was actually at a Converge conference last year, and I was like, I heard something about church planting in Boston. It's like, sign me up. That's exactly what I was looking for. And then,
so you said they have it across the United States?
Across North America.
Oh, North America.
So,
Oh, yes, Jensen. Okay, yes.
And mostly, I think all of them are in U.S. or Canada, though.
Yeah.
And then there's one in Puerto Rico, but that's still U.S. So.
But you chose one that was in your hometown.
Yeah, I chose. Well, it wasn't in my hometown. It was in the region, but so I was
living
living
really close though, right?
Yeah. Well, it was like actually the reason I actually planned on being in like the city for it, but I ended up getting assigned to one church that wasn't in the city, and at that point I was like kind of disappointed because that's not what I signed up for.
But it was just one.
But it was like also, but it was also God speaking to me, and just I had to be obedient in that situation. I didn't complain, and I just stayed obedient, and it ended up being a great thing because I was able to make connections in my area that way that I wouldn't have made otherwise. And I also got to see what ministry was like in an area that I really wanted to do ministry in, like long term. So it was good to just be able to work with the people there, and also just the other. I was a huge encouragement to the other people on my team too who weren't from that area. So there was.
Were most people not from the area?
There was there were 2 New Englanders on my team.
And how big is like one team?
It was 12 people. We were the biggest team too.
So there's a bunch of teams of like 8 or so normally.
Yeah, we were the biggest. So, but yeah, they were all like around 8 or so.
And so what'd you do? Like, what was a normal day?
So the first couple of days we were in downtown Boston. We were doing a bunch of like equip stuff, and they had like it was sort of like BCM 180s, but like. It would kind of be like all day trainings and stuff, and a lot of just getting to know like because we're 99 total college students in Boston for that program, and just a lot of interaction, getting to know everybody from different BCMs and other campus ministries and just colleges all over the country.
Right.
Which was great, getting to know them, and also just being able to. The sermons were amazing. Like the guy who directed it in Boston, his name is John Chastain. He preached a really good sermon. I just stuck with me about praying the have your heart overflowing with the love of God, because it's only something God can do, and we have to pray for that.
Yeah.
Because it's only something God can do, and really that just showed that like it's not me who's doing this, it's God who's doing this through me, and really hit it home. And then after that, we got to explore like the city and all that, and I grew up near Boston, but I didn't really go there that much.
That's same for
like,
me
yeah,
for Chicago.
it's like I have a ton of family in like the outskirts of Boston, so I'd be around there a lot, but never like in downtown.
Yeah.
So it was nice being able to like
it's cool being
walk
in the
around,
city.
especially when you're an adult and you don't have to be dragged around by your parents everywhere.
Yeah.
You can kind of decide where you want to go, which is nice. And got some really good pizza. There's insane on the north end there.
Not compared to Chicago though.
No, it's better. Where you have like that thick stuff. No, way too saucy. Just make it nice, thin, and cheesy.
No, I would even argue that the thin is pretty good too.
It's superior. It's not even an argument.
No, I'll have to go there and get some. I don't think I got some.
Yeah, you should. But you can just literally like walk. I think it's TD Garden's sort of in that area too, where they have all the Italian restaurants.
Yeah, it's right by like that river, right?
Yeah, Charles River, or it might be another river. I don't know. But
yeah,
it's definitely a crazy city. It's actually not as big as you would think, but for I mean it's
it's big. It's
yeah.
big.
Well, I mean for a major American, it's not as big as Chicago.
Well, yeah.
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 But
so you said normal day is kind of like.
But that was the first 2 days. Let me get back into that.
Oh, okay.
So after that, we were interning at a church was like our main thing. So normal day would be we'd spend the beginning of the day like helping like day-to-day church stuff, like making sure everything was ready, like just serving the church faithfully and serving in the office as well. And then and then later on in the day we'd go out and do our project. So the main thing we were there for is to look for a new area to plant the church. And we chose these 2 small little towns to like look at.
Yeah.
And went to all the parks there, went to community events. It was really tough though to get conversations since a lot of people were working at the same time we were.
Oh, so you were going around to share the gospel, like.
Well, not really. We were just kind of trying to get an idea of what the community was like, and just see how to best like start a church there, because the church we were at was huge, and they could definitely support a new church. So ours was a little bit different than all the other ones. So we went to some community events. It was just a little tough though, because a lot of time when we were out there, these towns were commuter towns, so very few people were like out and about in them during the day. Mm-hmm. So it was really tough to find people to talk to, but we did have some good conversations. That was a big challenge, but it was good though, because we got to see like just the potential there and really just increase your burden for the lost, and just how these people don't have anybody sharing with them, and they're super content. So it's really hard to find, because I feel like a lot of time when we think about church planting, we're trying to plant in communities where there is a problem, and whether it be like crime or drug abuse or whatever, but it was really tough to find a problem to solve there, which makes it really tough to do ministry. But then we go back from that. We'd usually get lunch there too, which would be great. They had some really good food there in those places. But
was it like a different place every time you got lunch? Or did
yeah.
You end up
Well, we
there
tried to, but there was some pizza places we had to keep going back to because of how good they were.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's even this hole in the wall place that was like under $10 for like a whole pizza, and it was the best pizza I've ever had in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's saying a lot.
It was like right next to the pastor's house too, which is kind of funny. We didn't even know that at the time.
Yeah.
But
that's awesome.
It was good. And then in the evening we also on Sunday and Wednesday evenings we'd volunteer for the youth group. So they had middle school on Wednesdays and then high school on Sundays. And that was a blast. And there were a lot of other volunteers who were around our age too that we got to interact with.
Right. Yeah.
And I was able to make some friends from that, so that was amazing.
Yeah. So have you been keeping in touch with all those, like the friends that you made, or is it just kind of like?
I've been very limitedly.
Yeah.
But I haven't obviously cut them off or anything.
Yeah. I mean, it's still kind of soon.
But, I guess. I was gonna say it's really tough because I have so many friends here that I'm so close with, so it can be tough to like maintain all those friendships. But there are definitely friendships that, even if I don't really connect with them much here on Earth, I'm gonna be in heaven with them.
Yeah,
so
you're gonna stay for a long time, bro.
Yeah, I know. I'll have an eternity with them,
Yeah.
which is heartwarming to know.
Yeah.
But I was saying with that, and then they never told me this when I was signing up, but I was happy when I heard it. We did 2 weeks of church camp.
So
the church had a summer camp that they went to, similar to Crossings, in Kentucky, but this was here in New England. It was this camp called Hume, New England. We went there. All the kids took a coach bus. We had to drive separately because we had to be back in Boston for Thursday night.
Wait, so these 2 weeks were when?
So there's one middle school week and one high school week during the summer.
Oh.
And we literally went and we stayed in their cabins and everything.
Oh, that's really cool.
It was basically like we were the campers there.
Yeah, that is fun.
It was really fun.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Yeah, it was great, and I was not expecting it either, which was the best
like
part.
A fun surprise.
Yeah, and it was a very beautiful area, great mountains and everything, middle of Appalachia.
Mm-hmm.
So that was good. And then there were actually 2 boys in my cabin that were saved during the high school week.
Really?
Yeah, I had to leave early that week though because our program ended during that. But
it's always cool to hear and see that.
For sure. Yeah.
What was your favorite part of the whole thing? Because how long were you there for?
8 weeks.
8 weeks. So what was it like? All of June, all of July?
Yep.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
But I was saying, also I forgot to mention this, but I feel like one of the best parts was the team I got to work with. There were people who none of us knew each other.
Yeah.
But we just treated each other with so much respect, and we didn't have any major conflicts. We were probably the only team with no major conflicts.
And you had the most people.
Yeah.
Which is pretty crazy.
I know.
And there was someone who lived in Aurora, Illinois, right?
Well, yeah, she went to high school there.
That's crazy.
I know.
Yeah, I'm surprised I don't know.
Yeah, but it was wild. Well, she was like 25.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's a full-time teacher that had the summer off.
Where else was everyone from?
Oh, there's actually a kid who goes to MTSU who might be visiting here.
Dang.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Did you talk about that
you'll
before?
love him. He's cool, yeah.
Okay. Was there a runner that you were talking for me to meet at some point? Or was there just someone that lived like in my area? Or maybe it was just that person. But I thought there was someone who you wanted me to like talk to.
Was it one of my... You're talking about the kid who runs for UMass?
Oh, it might have been him.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's somebody, one of our best friends from my neighborhood who I grew up with, but I don't think I actually that was one of the downsides of it though, is that I didn't really get the most time to see all my friends back home this summer.
Yeah.
Because of that, I was hoping to get more of that, but
or your family too, right?
Yeah. Well, I was able to get a lot of time with my family.
Oh, because before.
Yeah. But we also went biking down to Cape Cod after that too, so that was fun.
How far is that from where you live?
It was like, well, we went to church down in Plymouth on the way there, so.
Yeah, because
it was on a Sunday. Yeah, so it was like, Plymouth was like the halfway point, so it was like, the way back was like about, I don't even remember honestly. The traffic can vary it.
Is it like 10 minutes or?
It would be like an hour and a half normally.
Oh, okay.
But like the traffic makes everything so confusing with Cape Cod.
Yeah.
Because it's like it varies so much.
Yeah.
And it's always random because there's always somebody that, there actually was somebody that, there was a car crash on a bridge and one of the cars was hogging up both lanes and didn't move out of the way when they clearly could have.
Yeah.
And it was bad.
Yeah, traffic's annoying.
Yeah.
Just any form.
It was just, like you're getting a crash, why don't you just move over?
Well, a lot of people like to slow down and see like what's going on.
No, but the car that got hit wasn't moving over.
That's really weird.
Yeah, it was bad. I don't know, we thought their battery was dead or something, but.
I actually watched a video on that, on like why traffic actually exists, and it's like a 5-minute video, and it's because like when the light turns green, like you're at a stoplight, say the car like comes up, or everyone's parked, right, and it turns green. So the first car goes when the second one doesn't go right away. So it's not like the first one goes and the other one go and they're all like together. It's one goes and then the next one goes, and the next one goes, and that like slows it down.
So rubbernecking?
Yeah, essentially. I think the video had it as like a snake or something.
Yeah.
But so it's the same thing at an intersection when the light turns green. Is the same thing when
that's why roundabouts
you're
are
on
better.
The highway. Yeah, because it just keeps going.
Yeah, exactly.
But like on a highway, if a car stops for like something crossing the road or like an accident, then even when you stop and then keep going, well, the other person behind you has to stop and slow down because they're not going to be right on the back of your car. They're going to give some space. So since every car is giving space, it takes longer to go. And then even though like the accident or whatever is crossing the road is long gone, it still causes like an intangible like intersection where like the intersection is, or the act of having to stop at an intersection is still there. So when there's no cars going by, when there's nothing in the way, there's still gonna feel like you're in traffic even though the problem is actually gone.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense.
That makes sense, yeah.
Basically, it's just like traffic is just annoying how it is.
I watch YouTube videos like that all the time.
Really?
Just random like fun facts like that.
Yeah, like it's because it's actually useful to know something like that, and it's just 5 minutes. It's not like I'm watching
I was gonna
like
say
a 40-minute video on it.
I miss watching YouTube. I don't know why I don't do it more often.
Yeah, if I see something, I'll just like do it to the save to watch later.
Also,
instead of watching it right there and like wasting
but
time.
don't have this video, hit the like button instead, and be sure to subscribe. Hit that notification bell. You'll be all set.
To this channel?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right
yeah,
track.
I should be doing that, but I don't need all that.
Well, it's literally your channel. You can't subscribe to your own channel.
Well, yeah, but I can say that to everyone else watching it.
Oh, I get it. I know.
But yeah. Well, also Spotify too. But yeah, you're right.
Rate us 5 stars on Spotify.
Rate us 5. Yeah, I'm looking at what else I was gonna talk about. So with geography, like we obviously like geography a lot, and we always like are talking about it with like license plates or whatever.
Yeah.
I've always liked it because I like traveling. Like when I was younger, and I didn't travel anywhere crazy, but like just going to Florida a lot or like Michigan, I would want to know like where am I going? Like like where am I going? I'm driving for hours. Like where am I going, or where am I flying to? And so I was like, I kind of want to know where these things are. And going into 6th grade, I had I was like in the honors like class or whatever. It was one of the only honors class I was in at the time. It was like honors like social studies or like geography, whatever it was. But so I wanted to kind of prep for it. So I had this app that helped me learn like the capitals and the countries, so that I would just know them. So I kind of got good at that. So now I kind of know where everything is like in the world, and it really helps because you see all these videos on like whether it's YouTube or TikTok or whatever, you'll see people do trivia and quiz people on the street for like where things are.
Oh yeah, and they'll go to like Harvard and none of them even know it.
Yeah, like
I'll quiz you right now. What U.S. state is closest to Africa?
It's Maine, isn't
it?
Yeah, I didn't know it was Maine.
It also is the only state that borders one other state.
Yeah, because Alaska and Hawaii don't.
They don't border any states.
Yeah, I know. I love learning those like fun ones. But you would think it'd be Florida over Maine, but
I know. Well, they have that little Alabama border. They have Georgia and Alabama.
Who?
Florida. Florida.
What do you mean they have it?
They have the border of Alabama.
Oh, but yeah, no, you're right. But I'm talking about for closest to Africa, Florida.
Oh yeah. Oh,
like that's
right.
That's what most people would say
for sure. But it's not far east enough.
Yeah, I remember hearing that fact, but yeah, that's a good one for sure. But also, there's a map right in front of me, but I didn't look at it. It's literally on the wall. Like it is perfectly in front of me. Like where my hands are right now, it's in between my hands.
Yep.
But yeah. Anyway, I was gonna ask you, do you have that same? I feel like everyone likes to travel.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Everyone likes to travel. Do you
yeah,
want to
I do. I
travel
really do. I never really did it growing up, though. It's a thing.
Yeah.
Like my family, when I was really young, we would do an occasional road trip to New Hampshire. But once my youngest brother was born, it just became too much.
And that's not even that far either.
Yeah, I was gonna say it would be like 5 hours still, but.
Oh yeah.
But it was good though. There was a lot to do there, but.
Like what?
Went to Storyland. So they had like this little. It was like this place where they have a bunch of children's books coming to life.
Really?
And I went to like what's the name of that place with that book where it's the Goldilocks book?
Yeah.
Okay, so I ended up sleeping in her bed, in one of the, like the just right beds that they had there.
Yeah.
And then my parents had to wake me up, and apparently I was there for like I don't even know how long I was out for, but.
That's you slept in Goldilocks' bed.
Yeah. Or no, it wasn't a Goldilocks. She stole it, but.
Oh, it was a bad dad. Yeah.
And then I stole it.
That is hilarious. Someone stole it from you probably after.
Yeah. But I think they might have changed the whole setup. They might have made it so it's uncomfortable to sleep in it.
Yeah.
Just that way kids wouldn't sleep in it.
Really? You think so?
I think so. But
so Storyland is one of the main places.
I don't know. It was kind of
Overrated.
It wasn't bad. It was just like
not as hyped.
And we also went to Attitash, which was like a skiing resort, but it was in the summer, so we went on the slides, and that was fun. Getting to see the mountains there too.
Yeah, I always forget there's mountains in New Hampshire.
Yeah.
I don't know much.
That's what they're best known for.
Mountains?
Yes.
What's their
It's like all world I think they have Mount Washington, which is like the highest point east of the Mississippi, I'm pretty sure.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess the Appalachian Mountains aren't very tall.
Yeah.
But yeah, so where is someplace you've always wanted to go in the we'll say the United States?
Texas.
You're all the way in the
Probably
east
just
side.
Texas, because you hear the most about it.
Really?
Yeah. It's the one state I feel like it's of all the states I've never been to, I feel like it's one I know the most about. But I mean, Texas is huge. I don't really know where I'd go there, but
yeah, I feel like all the cities are kind of the same.
They're huge.
I mean, they're not the same, but like
yeah.
they're all, you know, when you think of San Antonio, Houston, Dallas, like Austin.
What's crazy though is that Texas cities are absolutely huge in land area.
Like, so their population density is not high. You're saying?
Well, it's not, but like I'm just saying, like, well, I feel like they're just massive. They'll have like highways going around them that are over 100 miles long.
And you know that just cause?
Yeah.
Or
YouTube.
Oh, YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah.
YouTube thing. Yeah.
It's insane just how big their cities are, though. It's always fascinated me. But I feel like there's a lot of places I want to travel, though.
I know, dude. It's so cool. There's so many places to go.
Really, just hoping they'll get opportunities for me to do so.
Yeah.
Never really had the most up growing up, but I mean, there's been a lot of places I've traveled since going to college. I mean, going to college so far from home has been enough of an experience, let's just say.
Right. But that's what's cool. Like, there's always some place that you haven't been to. Right?
Yeah.
So there's always going to be something you can look forward to go to. I think that's kind of fun. Just like in life, there's always going to be some place you haven't been
Which
to.
is crazy.
Some place you get to go to.
It's crazy how now we have the technology to get anywhere on Earth in less than a day. Isn't that insane?
Yeah, like I wonder what's the farthest place, like how long it would take to get from one point to another, like without going over halfway around the world, you know, like, I don't know.
It's insane.
But
yeah,
you could probably get there in like 4 hours if it was just like a single person, maybe. I don't know how long it would take, but yeah, you can get anywhere in the world, and it's just really cool.
It's insane.
I heard there was this place in Antarctica that, because obviously people don't like necessarily live there, but when people are doing research down there, they have these labs, and because not many people live there and it's so cold and the weather is really harsh, they will have like a boat or an airplane or something that brings supplies like once every 3 months maybe. I don't know how long it is, but it's a long time. And if something happens to that ship or that helicopter or whatever it is, like the people living there would basically die because they wouldn't have enough supplies.
Wow.
Because you can only carry so many supplies during the weather there. But apparently there's a time of the year where it's so dangerous with the weather that you can't like fly in or out for like a long time. So they gotta make sure they got the stuff.
Do you think that's because it's actually the edge of the Earth and the Earth is flat?
I think Kyrie would say so. For sure.
Dude, I found that crazy how like the flat earthers will say that, well, obviously they disagree on everything, but a lot of them will say it Antarctica is like actually the edge of the Earth.
Yeah, I think it's like the whole outer rim of the circle. So they have the North Pole and then there's everything else. And then Antarctica is just like a beach, basically, around the whole Earth, essentially. And then after that, it's like nothing. But yeah, which is funny because you had Kyrie on the Celtics when we went to the game.
It was like his birthday
we saw Kyrie Irving play at that game.
Wait, wasn't he injured that game?
No, Jason Tatum did.
Oh, that's who it was. Yeah. I bought a Jason Tatum jersey that game.
I've seen you.
I mean, I was more so on Tatum, but like I was sort of thinking about getting a Kyrie jersey. I'm so happy I didn't got that Tatum one instead because I still wear it now. I wouldn't be able to wear a Kyrie jersey.
I got the Kyrie shirt jersey of it. But it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool, honestly. I actually like it. It's a nice one.
Yeah.
But It would have been cool to see Jason Tatum play, though. I will say it would have been cool because he's made the finals and he's.
That game was terrible, though. Not gonna lie, but it was nice
Yeah,
though because we were able to get up front because everybody had all the people sitting up front had left.
Yeah. Oh, you did. You
So we watched the rest of the game all the way up front. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were actually sitting on the second deck. We got the cheapest tickets we could.
Mm-hmm.
It was still like $80 a person. It was insane.
Dang.
But we kind of bought them. I think we might have bought them the night of. That's probably why. But yeah, we went down and got the pictures before the game, went up, and then went down near the end of the game. We tried to keep the fact that we were all the way up there off social media as much as we could.
You thought they would notice from that?
What?
Wait, what'd you say?
So my friends and I that we went with our plan was to make it so that we wouldn't show up on social media. We wouldn't show up top that showed that we were up top on social media. We'd only post on social media if we were down at the front. Just to make ourselves look cool.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant because they would notice that you're not supposed to be there.
No, it's because we wanted to look cool.
Yeah, okay.
No, we were supposed to be there. We just didn't want to
yeah.
post there because it wasn't cool.
Well, it also is just more cool to be down there.
Yeah, and we also, but it was while we were up there though. I got a free T-shirt from one of the.
When you're up at top.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Then one of those rocket launchers came up.
Yeah, I got one of those things actually.
It
was a parachute thing and it had a little ball on it. And I caught it or something.
Was it like BOSTON? Like a big Boston thing?
I don't know. I think it was.
Was it a shirt?
No, it was it was a little parachute.
Oh yeah,
and it had this ball on it. It wasn't a T-shirt.
I got a T-shirt.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I've always wanted to get like a T-shirt.
I still have it though, but it smells terrible now.
Why?
Just old.
Oh, you just.
And I've washed it and everything. I don't know why. I feel like they probably made it the cheapest thing they could possibly do, or I don't know what it was.
Yeah, that's usually what they do.
It was from Glydian though, so I don't know. I don't remember who it was from, but.
Yeah, I know. I've always wanted to get like a shirt or something, but that's why it was cool that I did get whatever that was. It was like a little keychain, like basketball, and then I had it on my bag and it like fell off one day. I was like, bro, like
that stuff is probably so cheap.
I know they can make it so that it doesn't break though. You know, like it's not like I'm using it. It's just like on my bag and it fell off.
Yeah, that's annoying.
But yeah, that's just how keychains are, I guess. But okay, one more thing about like the States. So what's your favorite, because we're always looking for license plates, right? We're always looking for like cool license plate. I have some friends at home actually that like will just be like, bro, this is like such a cool plate, and it sounds like a nerdy thing, but it's actually cool.
No,
like,
I know it
like
is.
when you're driving around, like it actually gives you something to do when you're on the highway, just like looking at different plates. It's kind of fun.
Oh, I'm trying to think of my favorite plate right now.
Yeah, what's your favorite one?
I mean, yours is the Oregon one, right?
I'm biased because I've always wanted to go to Oregon, but I also think it looks cool with like the pine tree in the middle. And
Yeah. I remember you were like obsessing that it was the best one on Paige's car.
yeah. I was like, that's so cool. Like,
yeah, you were.
I loved it. It was awesome.
And I kind of disagreed with you though because I thought, I don't know. I like it when it's nice and clean.
Was it dirty or something?
No, I like license plates when they have a clean design.
Oh, you don't think it was a nice design?
I thought it was cool.
It's nothing special. It's not.
Yeah, it's
cool,
like nice and clean.
But I also like the font of when it said Oregon on it. That was cool. But if you should look at the New Mexico plate. Where
that's
like,
cool.
It's all black back. Well, no, there's two cool New Mexico plates. The one is like their flag, but it's like teal and yellow.
Yep.
And then the other one I was gonna talk about was I actually saw it here in Bowling Green. When I was on a run, it's New Mexico, but it's all black in the back, and it's got like 2 jalapeno peppers.
Oh wow!
And it just looks cool. I'm like, dude, that's so cool. You got like food on your plate, like it's just cool.
I
It's
know.
ironic because it's like food on your plate, like you're eating. So I was like, bro, you got food
That's
on your
funny.
plate.
I think there's others that have it on there. I'm pretty sure.
I'm sure there are, but
Yeah, like
bro,
Florida's
jalapeno,
orange.
bro, you got jalapenos, like that's cool.
Like the orange on Florida.
And no, is it Georgia or Florida?
No, Georgia's the peach.
Oh my gosh, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when we were going to Beach Reach, we counted all the license plates. We saw they had like a game on like the screens they had on the van we were in.
Yeah.
And we got almost every plate on there.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's actually easy to like, not easy, but you can find all the plates. But so which one was your favorite?
I don't have one. I'm trying to think though. I'm like going on. I'm like I have a map in my head. I'm like going through all the states.
Yeah, that's like I can picture the United States if I think about it. But yeah, Oregon's cool. I actually really like Washington.
Yeah, I like how they have like the state name in the corner.
For what?
For Washington.
They have a stadium in it?
It has like Washington in the corner.
Oh.
State name.
Has a state name?
Yeah, it says Washington. It has to legally.
Well, I know, but I didn't know. Oh, it's kind of in the corner. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What else?
There's
West
a lot.
Virginia.
West Virginia?
It's kind of clean.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I know that. I know that. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of ones.
The Michigan one looks like something out of like 2006.
Why
Like something you would see
2006?
on like Windows, like I don't know, the M, like looks like one of those logos
Oh, yeah.
you would see on something back then.
Yeah.
Looks like something Microsoft would have made.
You think so? I would not have said that. Okay, what's your choice?
I really can't decide. I mean, it might go Oklahoma, just because it kind of looks cool.
Oklahoma one? Oh, yeah.
The teal blue.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I could probably think of a better one.
It's cool because like each state you can get like the custom.
No, I like the Tennessee the best. That's what it was.
The new,
Yeah,
the Navy one.
yeah, I love
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that one. I see them all the time here in Bowling Green too. So I don't know how I forgot about it. But,
Yeah, we're pretty close, Tennessee.
well, like
Okay.
30 minutes away.
Basically, what is something that we can just kind of wrap up with this question, I suppose. Was there anything else you were going to talk about or wanted to mention before I ask the final question?
No.
Okay. So, what's something that you do, what's something that you do that you wish everyone did or everyone knew about, or something that you know that not everyone knows that you
Jesus
think would-
loves me.
Yeah.
I think that's the easiest
Just
one.
knowing the gospel, essentially.
Yeah.
Just
I mean-
knowing that the scripture is true and that.
Yeah. But I mean, it's not really. But it's also like you gotta. I'm not gonna make it a pet peeve of mine if somebody doesn't know because it's just a reality of sin.
Yeah.
So it's just taking every opportunity I have to share the gospel with others.
Mm-hmm. It's like always a goal, you know.
Sure, I mean it's not an easy one, but it's an important one, most important one in life.
Yeah. It's just like it's literally. I can't wrap my head around the fact that it's like forever. Like it's forever, and like the one thing that's guaranteed in this life is death. So it's like this is something you kind of want to know or at least find
Yes,
out.
sir.
And like if you don't believe this, then like make sure that we're wrong, you know, and find like something else that's gonna be, which I don't know what. I mean, you can't find anything else essentially because that's just what I believe.
I mean,
but,
you can believe whatever you want, but in
Yeah.
the end, there's truth and there's truth and then there's stuff that's false. So
yeah, it's like that's the thing that matters.
you're gonna end up somewhere no matter what. So
Yeah, it's definitely the question worth
questioning.
and then like finding out.
It's funny because
And
that's
not just finding out like on your own, like ask other people, you
For
know,
sure,
and like,
'cause
find out for yourself. You know, I think that's a huge thing. Is like people are just kind of partially looking in, like no, go all the way and know because this is something that's going to be forever.
That was like one of my first things. Was like, if Christianity were truly disproven, then then nobody would believe it.
Yeah,
That was like
Yeah.
the main like argument that I had in my mind when I was first like looking into all that. Like
and like not only that, like there's so many people that are changed by
the
like, God's
gospel.
word and just the gospel and what Jesus
And
did. It's like how can, like I'm not saying this would be the only reason why you should like find out, but like you see so many people change and are completely different, and like Christianity isn't some religion where it's like go for everything that you want. Like if it was something like that, it'd be easy. But the reason why people like it's a fact that you have to like give up so many things.
You have to sacrifice.
And you don't just do that like willingly.
No,
like for no
not at
reason.
all.
Like you have to really believe it.
Yeah.
And there's people that really believe this in their life are actually changed by this, including us.
They risk their lives for it a lot of time too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy.
Like going
There's
out
family
everywhere.
relationships, everything.
Yeah. So that's definitely something. I wasn't even expecting that answer. I was expecting like something like you do on like a daily thing, but that's something that
it is
you
something I
do
do
daily.
daily.
Yeah. So that's a good answer.
So
But yeah. Yep. What's your favorite Bible verse?
it's more than one verse.
Okay. Passage.
But I'd say Ephesians 1-5.
Do you know it or?
I don't memorize it,
paraphrase?
but I know it's well, I obviously know what it's about. It's about how it talks about how we were once sinners and how we have been saved by Christ, who's made us righteous through His work and not our own.
Yeah, knowing that it's not our own, that's
Yeah.
a big thing.
Huge. And that was something I really had to learn this summer too. And
That's
just my
cool.
calling too.
Yeah.
Also, it's another thing I forgot to mention, that I've been called to go home after college, so it's been a huge deal for me, because I was praying for. Because I've always, one of my biggest fears has been like, what's my life gonna be like after college? Like, I love being a college student so much, but after, like, especially if like the friends is able to make this summer, all answered prayers.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, prayer is important.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of Romans 6 too.
Yeah.
If you're familiar with it, like I know you've read it before, but I'm saying I've been recommending that to like a lot of people. Just like reading Romans 6 is really good, because you see a lot of not like black and white, but it's a lot of clarity of, okay, well, you're not a slave to sin anymore. You're forgotten.
Yeah.
And sin is your old life. Now you're like with Christ.
Yep.
And like, yeah, that's your old life, and now you can walk in newness of life. And there's just a lot of like here to there. Like you're once this, now you're here. And I think that's a lot of people's testimony for when they're older. A lot of people grow up like in church and they're saved when they're younger, but there's a lot of people that you can see, or I mean not even see, but there are a lot of people you can see too, like how they've changed if you know them long enough. But
for sure. And even if you're
like,
saved when you're young, like you always have room for growth.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There's that too.
Because being saved is only the beginning.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
that's something I've had to learn.
Yeah, it's something you had to learn.
You've had to learn that too, right?
What specifically?
That being saved was only the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember I thought I knew. I'm like, yeah, I believe in God. I'm all good. And it's like, oh wait, there's actually like a whole different, like God's calling us to do something completely different than just acknowledge He exists. So once I learned that, I'm like, oh, yeah, this is something that I can always grow towards.
For sure.
Which is also pretty humbling that you'll never know everything about the Bible or everything about God.
It takes a whole lifetime to study, which is also encouraging, because it's like
it's encouraging, but it sounds overwhelming to people who don't know. Like that sounds kind of overwhelming.
But once you start to love God's word, you're gonna. It's super encouraging, because that means you'll be able to read it for the rest of your life and always find new things in it.
Yeah, so. Yeah, that's true.
Because never gets old.
I used to think like giving up a couple hours on Sunday was like annoying, but now I'm like, no, this is something I want to do.
Yeah. Exactly.
So that's fun.
I'm not sure I'd be there in my bedroom doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
And so.
And it's like it's nice to do that, but when you kind of see and how your life has been changed, it's like a different purpose now. It's kind of a different motivation and discipline, of course. But yeah, that's all I was gonna say for that. So, is there anything else you wanted to say?
I think that's all set.
All right.
All set.
Sweet. This has been Paul Padden from Massachusetts, and yeah.
Go Tops.
Go Tops, Western Kentucky. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, peace.